Leaving home in a disaster isn't as simple as grabbing your bag and walking out the door. Most of the time, staying put is safer, but sometimes home becomes the danger. When that happens, bugging out sounds like the answer. In reality, it's a lot harder than most preppers think. Welcome to Prepper's Paradigm, your channel dedicated to practical prepping and disaster preparedness. I use a computer-generated voice because my own is hard to understand due to an injury. Bugging out means leaving your home because it's no longer safe to stay. That could be a short trip, like spending a night or two in a hotel to avoid an ice storm, or a major move during a long-term crisis. In this video, we'll look at why bugging out is harder than it sounds, when it actually makes sense, and how you can prepare so you're ready to move when you have no choice. In most situations, bugging in is the safer and more practical choice. You already have shelter, supplies, and the advantage of knowing your surroundings. You're not exposing yourself to unknown risks on the road. Bugging out should be a last resort, something you do when staying home puts you in danger. That could be a wildfire heading toward your neighborhood, rising floodwaters, a chemical spill, or serious unrest right outside your door. Some preppers see bugging out as the ultimate survival move, but the risks are higher. Once you leave, you lose the protection and resources your home provides. Remember that bugging out doesn't always mean trekking cross-country in a major disaster. Sometimes it's as simple as packing a small bag and heading to a hotel for a couple of nights to avoid a short-term threat like extreme weather. In this video, I'll be focusing more on long-term, but whether short-term or long-term, having to leave home changes the game, and you need to be ready for the challenges that come with it. Movies, TV, and even some survival videos make bugging out look simple. Grab your pack, head for the woods, and start your new life away from danger. The problem is, reality doesn't work that way. When disaster hits, roads might be blocked or jammed with traffic. Weather can turn against you, slowing your progress or making travel dangerous. Supplies you thought would last for days may run out faster than expected. Even short-term bug outs come with challenges. Getting to a hotel or friend's house might sound easy, but that assumes you can travel without delay, find fuel, and get there before everyone else with the same idea. The truth is, every bug out, big or small, requires careful planning, a realistic understanding of your abilities, and backup options for when things don't go to plan. One of the hardest parts of bugging out is knowing when to go. Leave too early, and you might waste time, money, and supplies. Leave too late, and you could find yourself trapped in the danger zone with no safe way out. That's why every bug out plan needs clear go triggers. These are specific signs or events that mean it's time to move. No second guessing, no hesitation. It could be a mandatory evacuation order, a local chemical spill, or rising floodwaters getting within a certain distance of your home. Without those triggers, many people delay because they hope things will get better. Denial and uncertainty can cost you the chance to escape safely. The goal is to decide early enough that you can leave under your own terms, not in a rush when conditions are already against you. A bug-out bag is always a compromise. You can't carry everything you own, so you have to decide what matters most for survival. Food, water, shelter, and tools all take space and add weight. Once you pack enough of each, that weight can quickly become more than you can manage. Many preppers load their bags with gear they've never tested in the field. The first time they try carrying it for more than a few hundred yards, they find out just how heavy it really is. Overpacking can slow you down, wear you out, and even cause injury. The best way to know what you can carry is to test it now. Pack your bag, go for a few miles on foot, and see what you can handle. If you can't cover that distance comfortably, adjust your gear until you can. In a real bug out, the last thing you want is to be weighed down by items you can't use. Bugging out pushes both your body and your mind. Carrying a heavy pack over uneven ground, in bad weather, or for hours at a time is exhausting. If you're not used to it, fatigue will set in fast, slowing your pace and increasing the risk of injury. The mental strain can be just as tough. You might be dealing with uncertainty, fear, and the stress of leaving your home behind. That pressure can lead to poor decisions, missed signs of danger, or forgetting important steps in your plan. The only way to prepare is through regular training. Get outside with your gear, walk your potential routes, and practice basic survival skills until they become second nature. The more prepared your body and mind are, the better you'll handle the demands of a real bug out. Where you're going and how you'll get there are just as important as the decision to leave. Your bug out location must be reachable under real-world conditions. It's no good having a spot picked out if blocked roads, washed out bridges, or heavy traffic keep you from getting there. Always have multiple routes to your destination, a main route, at least one backup by road, and a plan for traveling on foot if you have to. Avoid relying on GPS alone. Paper maps and local knowledge can make all the difference. If you're in the US, check out mytopo.com, linked in the video description, for custom topographical maps of your area. For short-term evacuations, your safe spot might be a hotel, a friend's home, or a family member's property. For long-term bug outs, you'll need a location with shelter, water, and the ability to support you for an extended stay. Whatever your plan, make sure you've been there before, know the routes, and understand the risks along the way. A successful bug out comes down to preparation, practice, and flexibility. Train with your gear in real conditions. Don't just keep it in the closet. Walk your routes, test your pack weight, and use the tools you plan to rely on. Keep your vehicle fueled and maintained, but also have a plan for traveling on foot. Roads may be blocked, or your vehicle might break down. If you have a dedicated bug out location, stock it in advance with food, water, and essential supplies. For shorter evacuations, know where you can stay on short notice and what you'll need to bring. Plan for both the quick overnight escape from bad weather and the longer-term evacuation from a major disaster. The more options you have, the better your chances of making it safely to where you need to be. Bugging in will usually keep you safer, but there are times when leaving is the only choice. Those moments won't give you much warning, and the challenges of bugging out can be greater than most preppers expect. Train now, test your plan, and keep your options open. Whether you're heading out for a couple of nights or relocating during a major disaster, preparation will decide whether your bug out is a success or a struggle. If you found this video helpful, hit like, subscribe, and visit our website for more practical prepping advice you can put into action. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.